This is Chaz Revoix, and I would like to share with you my experience at the hospital when everything came crashing down. Everything. And God took it all into his hands and he helped me. I want to share with what happened there. First I want to go back to when I was at my mom's house. I was laying in bed and after a while I kept getting stuck in this hypertension where I couldn't move and everything was so painful. Turns out I haven't stretched in a very long time. I haven't been taking good care of myself, exercising or anything like that. That was one part of it. Um, Not loving myself, not taking care of myself, not, waking up, stretching, brushing my teeth, exercising, things, just basic things like that. I hated myself for a while because of some things I did in the past. And, yeah, I really struggle with forgiving people. And I still do sometimes because I struggle with forgiving myself for things I've done, for being upset at people and being angry at people, for hating people. And I've had to forgive myself many times for that. I feel like there's someone on watching this video that also struggles with that. And I want to encourage you that God can help you forgive yourself. God can help you to love your enemies. But first, you gotta forgive yourself for everything. I know it's hard, but God's gonna help you. God's gonna help you, okay? I want to also talk about. Okay. So, fast forward. I'm at the hospital. I'm at the hospital. I'm alone with someone watching me in the bedroom because I was on suicide watch for trying to kill myself multiple times, just because I felt like I had no hope. I kept hurting people, and I didn't want to do that. I kept screaming the word in people's faces. I kept screaming the gospel message and yelling at people because I was so hyper tensed. I was so tensed, and I would panic and I would go into this manic mode. I would just freak out and get into people's faces and everything. And there was a supernatural part to it where I was facing the enemy. And the other part, the hardest part was me slowing down. And after I defeated the enemy, it was just accepting the word of God. It was calming down. That was the hard part about it. So I was in the hospital. All these doctors entered the room. They all thought they were. I heard them all discussing it. Like they're talking about me having all this pressure in my body, and they all thought it was anxiety. When it turns out it wasn't anxiety at all. It was something else. It was anxiety. My fear from the situation and everything else happening. That did pile up with the hypertension, the fear of failure, the fear of not knowing what to do. And I wasn't relying on the word of God. That's what kept knocking me down so many times, was I wasn't relying on the word of God. We should rely on the word of God. We should take and eat the body of Christ every day. We should drink his blood every day. And eat by reading the word every day. He is the living water. He is that living water that we can have if we just come to him. He said, "Come to me, all you who are weary and heavy burdened, and I will give you rest." My yoke. He said, didn't he say? Correct me if I'm wrong, but Didn't he say, "Take my yoke upon you, for my yoke is easy, my burden is light." And if I'm correct, just correct me on that. Okay, so thank you. If I'm not correct, correct me, please. I need correction. We all do. Okay, so I'm in the hospital room on the bed. I'm hypertense and frozen. I can't feel. I can feel everything's painful. I'll tell you that everything's painful. I'm frozen, and I'm just in shock. I can't move anything. All my muscles hurt so bad. I feel like everything. I tried communicating with the doctors, and they weren't listening to me. So, um, I didn't respond. And after a while of them leaving the hospital room, I forced myself to move, and all this pressure just came off me. Everything started cracking, my muscles and joints, everything like that. And because there was so much pressure just building up, and it was just crazy. I think part of it was me not stretching enough. I wasn't taking care of myself, you know what I mean? Same thing, I was hating myself, wasn't taking care of myself, wasn't loving myself. And then now, okay, so I'm in the hospital bed. This is after I blacked out so many times in the hospital room. And, man, that was rough. That was really rough. I I guess I was told that I ran out of the ran out of the hospital naked. I have no remembrance of doing that. All I know is I blacked out and I woke up consciously and I was there consciously, but I wasn't always conscious. That's the thing. It's humiliating. It's embarrassing. But I love you guys no matter what. Okay. Okay, so I'm in the hospital room after blacking out. I hear God speaking to me. I hear His voice speaking to me in my ears. I can hear Him. I know it's Him because I know who God is. I know the sound of His voice. I know what that sounds like because we're His sheep. I'm His sheep, and I hear His voice. I recognize His voice. He's not a stranger to me. He's not a stranger to me. Because His sheep know His voice, right? Right. So God completely healed me. He bring feeling back to my whole body. He completely healed me right there in that room. All that pressure was just being released off my body. It's like He was mending me and putting me back together for His goodwill, for His great name's sake, for His will to be done. All glory, honor be to Him. He's good. He healed me right there in the hospital room. He was speaking to me, and as He was speaking to me, He just completely healed me in that moment. He slowly took all the pressure off my body. That way it was gone. The hatred I had towards others, the anger towards others I had, and towards myself, the hatred towards myself just left. It was gone. God completely healed me there in that room. Love you guys. That's it. Bye.